AI is fastly improving. ChatGPT, Gemini, and loads of other tools are quickly spreading into content creation too. AI scriptwriting, video editing, thumbnails, or even whole YouTube video automations. But here's the big question: should you actually use it? Because yes, it can save you a load of time, but it can also drain the life out of your YouTube videos. Stick around because I'll break down the good things, the bad things, the AI uses that are perfect for YouTube, and the ones that will overshadow your creativity. And at the end, I'll give you my honest conclusion on whether you should use AI to make YouTube videos. Now, first off, let's start with the less invasive uses of AI. And this, in my opinion, is YouTube optimization. This is stuff like video descriptions, tags, chapters. ChatGPT and other AI language models can make these processes literally take seconds, and they won't take too much life out of your content. For descriptions, this is very easy. Just go into ChatGPT, copy and paste your video script or even your video transcript, and ask it to generate you an SEO optimized description for the video. Maybe tell it how long you want it to be and maybe different personality quirks you want to include in it, and then it will just bang this out for you, ready for you to copy and paste into your descriptions. And then for the same video, you can ask it to generate you however many tags you need. And with the transcript, it could just do all the chapters for you. And you can do a very similar process for your channel notes and descriptions as well. This completely speeds up the process. There's little risk of you draining your channel. Although one thing I'd say is definitely just make sure you've taken out the M dashes that just appear everywhere when you use most AIs, because you don't want it to be blatantly obvious to your viewers that you've just copy and pasted it in. Now, the second light use of AI, in my opinion, is video ideation. It can be very useful for brainstorming video ideas. Just submit like a screenshot of your channel and your last 10 videos, or even just type in who your ideal audience is, and it will generate you a load of ideas straight up. Then you can take all these ideas and just take inspiration from them. I wouldn't advise you just completely rip it straight from ChatGPT and make a video completely on that, because a lot of them will be a little generic, but it is great for bouncing ideas off of. You can tell it to narrow it down to specific audiences or specific videos that you like making. But one of the main points I want to emphasize early in this video is don't blindly follow AI. Cross-check your content and your ideas to make sure it aligns with what will actually perform on YouTube and what has performed for people in the past. And add your own creativity in, or you just blend into the background of people that have used AI before. They're great tools to assist you in processes, but don't let it completely take over. A little quick note before I carry on. In the future, if I find any perfect AI tools that could really help you, I'm going to start sharing them to my subscribers in my free email list, where I send out value-packed 2-minute emails once or twice a week. So make sure you click the link in the description and sign up so you don't miss any of that exclusive content. Now, moving on to the mid-level AI uses that in my opinion get a little bit empty. This is stuff like video editing and thumbnails. Firstly, let's start with the video editing side. One tool that could be really useful for you is Opus Clip. This is basically a tool where you link in a long form YouTube video that you've made and it repurposes it into several shorts that you could also use on Instagram, TikTok, etc. This makes the process so much faster because it goes through and looks for perfect opportunities for short form content. It captions it for you. I've tested this on a shorts version of this channel, and loads of these videos get you thousands of views for probably minutes worth of your time. The only drawbacks I'd say from this software is that it sometimes doesn't clip the right moments, and it also just feels a tiny bit lifeless in my opinion, because it doesn't use any real creativity or animations or anything like that, but it is very quick. There are also loads of other tools that you can use that I haven't specifically tried that edits like full long form videos for you, where it cuts up all your clips, then it adds in like relevant B-roll and maybe some occasional captions. I don't think this is the way to go, because yes, it's really quick, but I think one of the most important things in YouTube videos is that your style of editing, the little funny memes you put in, I think that's half of the job. And I think if you do this too much, it'll really start to dilute your content and also maybe the connection with your audience a bit. I'd probably just advise that you use it for the short form side of things. Now the next one that I mentioned is thumbnails. AI uses for this can range even from just giving you a concept to a whole fully fledged professional thumbnail. And with those, I've seen some YouTubers talk about programs that design a whole persona of you. So you upload a few pictures into the software and then it generates your face and uses that to generate different versions of you on thumbnails. And this is where it kind of gets a little bit scary, where some of these paid AI programs can generate you thumbnails like this, arguably better than the original ones. And I think this would be good to use if you limit it and you don't let it take up your whole process. Because I personally think on YouTube in 2025 and in the coming 3 years as AI develops, the AI style of thumbnail and the way it generates it, you're going to start to blend in with loads of other creators using the same stuff. And I think because YouTube is very saturated and that's only going to increase, I think you should always be trying to implement your own creativity. And I think AI is rarely going to go against the grain and give you a thumbnail that's completely different to everyone else's. And also thumbnail design is a massive part of the YouTube process as well. I don't know whether I'd like to hand that over yet. Now let's move on to, in my opinion, the heavy uses of AI, where it really starts to drain out your personality from your content, and where the problems might start to arise if you implement this too much. Script writing. Now a lot of you might be thinking, but that's one of the easiest ones to do, and it's probably one of the most widespread YouTube uses of AI. You simply just put in your idea and what you want to say, maybe a few points, and it writes the whole thing out for you word for word. And considering how long script writing can take, like it used to take me like 3 or 4 hours to nail a script for my fitness channel, this software that we all have free access to now can literally just whip one together in like 5 or 10 seconds. And you can also tell it to implement certain retention strategies and in theory give you an effective, high performing script. So what's my slight problem with it then? Thousands, if not millions of creators are using this daily. And all AI scripts use the same kind of language and the same kind of examples that I think really drain your personality and your creativity out of your content. I think ripping a script straight off of ChatGPT and then speaking that out to the camera, it might not seem like anything's wrong. But I think when you start to rely on this and make this take up your whole script writing process, it takes away from your edit, it takes away from your on-camera performance. And I think the one advantage that all of us have on YouTube is that we are ourselves. We have our own personality, we have our own humors, we're all from different areas of the world. And if you want to stand out from the crowd and you want to really connect with your viewers, I feel like it's so important that you don't lose any part of this. So I'd probably advise, if you're thinking of script writing through AI completely, is to use it as a first draft. Build the main structure and the main script, and then go through line by line and remove bits you wouldn't say, include bits you would, add your own jokes in, and go through it systematically and almost de-AI the script. This way you can keep the techniques and maybe the structure, but it's actually you speaking and it's your ideas. Now the next one is, in my opinion, one you should never go anywhere near. And there's previous examples of YouTubers doing this and absolutely killing their careers. And this is your on-camera presence. There are certain programs out there that can take loads of your videos and create a generated you, where it generate you a video like this, like me talking to camera to you now, but it's not actually me there. It's an AI version of me. And there are other softwares that can make you into like a cartoon version of you. I'm not sure I even need to explain this to you. I think this is absolutely YouTube suicide, because on this platform, people want to connect with people, but I would never feel anywhere near the type of connection than knowing it's a person with their own experiences. And the YouTuber I was hinting towards earlier, Kwebbelkop, where he decided to make a whole like avatar or cartoon version of himself, and that led to the biggest career dive I've ever seen. It will be interesting over the next few years to see if anyone tries to do that again, but in my opinion, never go there. It kind of defeats the point of what you want to do here. Now my final take is that AI can be very useful for speeding up tasks and assisting your creativity, but you need to not go too far with it. In my opinion, content creation should be a personal, creative, and authentic process. Your uniqueness is what will make you stand out here on YouTube. With the sheer amount of people making content on here, you have to give your own edge. So use AI to speed up some of the boring parts, but when it comes to the actual creative process, keep it as human as possible and as personal to you as possible. Now, I know a lot of you may be leaning into AI to speed things up because you don't like the place that your channel is in right now and that you're not getting the views that you want. And don't worry, you're completely not alone. And every small YouTuber has to survive this stage. Watch here to see exactly what it is and how you can push past this period and start thriving.